Esau gets mad when I bring it out. When the man of Yahweh, Esau gets hurt. He's obviously hurt. Fuck up. He's obviously hurt, man. He's obviously hurt. Yeah, alright, now it's back to normal. Alright, so basically it's the same shit that this devil was doing back then. And the Whig Party, if you look into it, these devils was reacting the same way. They were like, okay, well we're gonna fucking form our own party, and we're the Whig Party. We the people. We're with the people that originally founded this nation, man. We're like George Washington and shit. No, fuck him. We're the real. We're how a real American. We're like how George Washington was and all that. Not like this motherfucker. Not like him. Not like this devil. Basically. We're the basically intelligence basically. We know how to do the job. Basically. That's what they were saying, like, cause we have experience. No, unlike this devil. The rematch in 1828 was brutal, even by today's standards. And you always had that division in Esau. But, now it's even more out there. The rematch in 1828 was brutal, even by today's standards. Jackson weathered the first sex scandal in the presidential race when it was revealed that his wife was not fully divorced when they wed. Basically, he committed adultery. He fucked another man's wife. He committed adultery. And these devils, man. These devils are, and Donald Trump, man. Donald Trump, there's similar shit about him. Are you talking about grabbing he was talking about moving on. I moved on her like a bitch, and he was talking about a married woman. So, there's that similarity too. Hey, they basically the same, man. They basically the same. And what I was gonna say before, like, basically they always had that division in Esau. You had the fucking proud ass devils, the proud of their hatred and all that. Yeah, we proud to be so-called white. We proud to be Edomites, but they won't call themselves Edomites. We're proud of this identity that we have given ourselves. We proud to be so-called white. We proud to be American. We proud to be so-called European. You have them types, and then you have the so-called liberals, which be like, basically, yeah, but we're y'all are proud. We're the small ones, man. We're the intelligent ones, man. Y'all be talking all this shit, y'all be talking all this shit, but we're the ones that actually get shit done. We're the one, and basically, like, those are the, okay, you have them openly proud, to be so-called white or European or American, and then you have, or whatever whatever European country that these devils are from, like, we're proud to be that, we're proud to be, that's them. And then you have the liberals, basically, like, they're like, oh nah, they're just a bunch of dumbasses. See, they be talking shit to the minorities and shit, They be taught, well, they call us Israelites the minorities. We really the majority. But they talk. See, that's a mistake. You know, that's the real beef. That's their mistake. They make their hatred known to these so-called black men, Latinos, Native Americans, to Israelites, basically. They make that's the problem with these proud red MAGA Howard or these proud jackass devils. That's a problem with them. You know, they too rough around the edges, man. They make their hatred known. Nah, what we put in. Nah, you gotta talk nice to these devils. I mean, Salaka, you gotta talk nice to these Israelites. You gotta talk nice to these niggas. You know, that's how they're like. You gotta talk nice to them. Can't show your hatred like that, man. You gotta try to be they. You gotta make them think that you're their friend and shit. You know, that's the real beef. That's the real beef. But what they'll say is that no, they loud, they proud and racist and shit. You know, loud and don't know shit. That's what they'll put out. They'll say that that's the beef when really, you know, it's a beef over what basically what method that what method like nah, you gotta be this way with Jake. This is how you gotta be this way with Jake. You know, this is how you keep Jake down. No, nah, you gotta be this way with Jake. Different approaches when it comes to Jake, you know, because it really this their beef is all about Jake. Oh, the live chat is no longer live. In other words, these devils mad. In other words, these devils mad, huh? That's too bad, though. That's too bad. Still bringing it out. Hey, and that's how. Hold on, let me go take a leak. Oh, Salakia. I had to go do something and I turned it off. But basically, what I was going in on was there's basically two types of devils, and they beef with each other, and you have these proud devils that are all about showing their hatred and shit, and not giving a fuck about what Jake thinks, and then you have these devils that want to pander to Jake, act like they're for our people. You know, that's you had that beef back then, the proud devils and versus the Jake versus the devils that pretend to be friend of Jake, basically. The snakes that pretend to be friend of Jake. You know how you have that saying, yellow and black friend of Jack, I believe, when you talk about snakes. Red and yellow kill a fellow, yellow and black friend of Jack. Well, friend of Jake. You have these snakes that pretend to be friends of Jake, but they're not. And then you have the ones that are just like they're like rattlesnakes. They'll just fuck you up and not give a shit. You know, you have them kill a fellow. Or we openly, you have them red and yellow. Hey, what's the Republican Party? What's the color they claim to rep? Well, the color they rep, I'm just gonna say. What's the color that they rep? And they're the Proud Devils today. That red, right? Proud red. That fiery red. But I was also going, because Andrew Jackson, he was basically that same type of devil. And so was Nero. I'm going to bring that out too. They were those same type of devils. And they pandered to those same type of devils. And the opposition was the same type of devils that opposed Trump today. And I was also going in on how basically Jake, hey, that's them two horns, the left horn and the right horn. You know, two wings of that same eagle, that same wretched eagle talked about. I talked about in Obadiah, talked about it in Ezra's. Second Ezra's, because this place is Rome come back. That was the plebeians and the patricians. And what I was also going into though was that's how they get Jake. That's how they get Jake involved in their beef, using us. Because on one hand, you have the original looking Jake, the so-called blacks and Latinos, and Native Americans, original looking Jake in Northern Kingdom. The bulk of y'all will be for the so-called liberal devils. That's why the bulk of y'all are going for Biden today. The bulk of y'all are for them because they pretend to be your friend. Well, but then you have a few that, you know, they have the evil eye towards their brother, and they're also they have that Uncle Ruckus spirit on them. Yeah, you have some, especially you have these Northern Kingdom that they so-called immigrated the right way to America, and they have businesses over here. They have a job over here. And they're like, we want to protect our jobs from our brothers that, you know, they can't come in here legally, so they came here through the back door. We want to protect our jobs, our shit from them. And they buy into Esau propaganda about they're coming to take our jobs and shit. You know, I've actually, you know, I actually, you know, had encounters. I knew Ishkarites, well, not really knew them, but I've met Ishkarites that actually they're like that. They listen to that Fox News and shit. And some of them could be terrorists. Some of them could be terrorists. They that's a part of their perpetual hatred. But some of them, they are our people, and they have that evil eye towards their brothers that come across that are across the border from them. The brothers that they don't got papers. They have the evil eye towards them. Hey, cause that's what Jake always. That's the tendency of Jake. When Jake get a come up, what they wanna do. They wanna like flex on. They act like they're better than the Jake that couldn't get the come up. That's a tendency in our people, and Esau uses it to make some of our people Uncle Toms, really Uncle Sambos. And you have them, and they buy into this devil's propaganda about, Ishkarites that come here so-called illegally without papers are bad, and they taking on our jobs, and they criminals, rapists, drug dealers. They actually was like, yeah, Trump, you telling it how it is. Because they have that evil eye. And they also look down on Judah. They're like, they believe that propaganda. They believe that propaganda about Judah. Hey, because in their eyes, Esau is the Lord, because he portrays himself. He got that Cesare Borgia up, and he portrays himself as who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He doesn't show the real, how he really looked in his real name being Yahushai, a so-called black man. He doesn't show them that, that's not what they spoon feed you in them so-called churches. And so he uses that to his advantage and says, we're trying to preserve so-called Judeo-Christian values or whatever, which this place was never based off the Bible. It actually goes against the Bible, and the Bible condemns this place. I mean, Thomas Jefferson was a complete devil, man, and a demon, and he had his own Bible called the Jeffersonian Bible, where he took out the miracles of Yahushai. Because Esau is a carnal man. He has no faith. He doesn't have that zeal for the Most High at all. At all. He knows the elites know who the Most High is, know how he looks like and everything, know who his people are. And they don't have that zeal towards them, but because they're devils. They hate the Most High. In the spirit of our people, in this spirit, they're looking for the Most High, but they have no knowledge because they reject knowledge. You have those Jakes, you have even Judites. You have even Judites that want to take this man's side. Because, they're the same type of Judites, man. They have a little bit of success in this place, so they're like, we was able to make it, so we ain't being oppressed by Esau, the so-called white man. We was able to make it. They're just thugs, man. You have them Uncle Ruckus as Judites. Those illegals, they taking our jobs, they threatening our way of life. You have them as well. And you have their, just like you have original looking Jakes that are basically their symbols, and Northern Kingdom as well that are like that. You have a man. It's like that. The curses are real like that. You have Israelite foreigners that be on that same shit. And what's more, especially the ones that look like an Edomite. You have Israelite foreigner Sambos. You have Sambo foreigners. Except since they look like an Edomite, they think they are Edomites. Well, they think they're so-called white as well. And they have that zeal as well for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but not according to knowledge, of course. So they're like, and they're trying to protect Judeo-Christian American values or whatever. Man, you have them as well. That's how this devil gets our people involved in this beef as well, while at the same time fucking our people over. That's how this devil does that shit. And so, it's like you have them today, man. You didn't have the there, but you have so-called indentured servants. Basically, Esau saying they chose to be slaves for a particular amount of time, which make no fucking sense. But so I'm saying the ones that were able to support this man, they would support him probably. You already know it, man. You already know it. But yeah, man, this devil basically he's real similar to Andrew Jackson, and the opposition is, yeah, man, they the modern day Democratic Republican Party or the Whig Party. They the modern day ones. They the modern day ones. Hey, man. Hey, no, when he ran for president in 1828, it was brutal even by today's standards. And what do they say about 2016, about how 2016 election was? Like, they say it was fucked up. There was both sides were talking mad shit to each other. And you see that even on the 2020 so-called election. Really, really it's, you people think you have a choice. Jackson weathered the first sex scandal in the presidential race when it was revealed his wife was not fully divorced when they wed. Okay, I brought that out. That was about basically he committed adultery when with another man's wife. And Esau, of course, he ain't got no, he doesn't feel no type of way about it, cause he's the wicked, he's the damn devil. Subsequently, they were forced into a second ceremony. Federalist newspapers called Jackson a murderer, drunk, cockfighting, slave trading cannibal. Which he was a devil as well, man. They were both devils. And what Jackson campaign countered with, he said the same thing as what Trump said about Hillary, and even before about Jeb Bush, and then even now about Biden. It's the same sort of shit. Jackson's campaign countered that Adams was a aristocrat, kingly, and pompous. When he put a billiards table in the White House, critics accused him of installing gaming tables and gambling furniture. Verse. Oh, Salakia, I ain't reading the Bible right now. Sometimes, I get, because I read the Bible, bring out a lot of verses, right? So, I'll be slipping up and saying verse did. Ain't no verse, man. This a news article. Uh, this article is not in the Bible. Hey, anyways, man. Anyways, they attacked them for breaking the Sabbath by traveling on Sunday, which Sunday is not the Sabbath. It's not on one day like that. Definitely not on Sunday, but that's that so-called Christianity. Well, that's that religion of Christianity. And in an interesting twist, claimed he was pimping for the Russian Tsar. Like, what do they say? Man, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Not only he's a aristocrat, he's establishment. In other words, that he's like basically a traitor. Basically, he's not pro-American. Basically, Jackson won the grudge match, set 178 electoral votes to 83 in an election cast solely by so-called whites. So the electoral college still gave him the fucking election. His wife died before the inauguration, which he attributed to the negative attacks. He said, because these devils, man, they was playing that role back then. May God Almighty forgive her murders, as I know she forgave them. I never can. Which that. Let me get that. That's in Psalms. Well, that's in Psalms, man. Verse 6, Psalms 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh Shemiah Oshai saith, what hast thou do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Verse 17, seest thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. I may not be able to see y'all's comments because it says the live chat is no longer live. Esau is fucking with the live again because he's getting cut. He's like, oh no, it's that brother again. Esau be fucking with my live. Maybe they hate it when the men of Yahweh Shemiah Shai come out with the truth. 'Cause they get cut every time. They do. Esau Edom, that's the father of lies. Verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. This is the Andrew Jackson, a.k.a. Donald Trump, a.k.a. Nero scripture. All the devils that this applies to Esau Edom, because he takes his covenant and he takes Yahweh Shemiah Shai's covenant in his mouth. For these so-called Christian devils, especially for y'all. Verse 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. And this devil invented a whole lie talking about, like, he invented a whole story, a whole lie when that shit came out, talking about, I did it, man, like, he was already, something about he was already, something about she was already divorced or some shit, I don't know. Already, something like that. I mean, that was a lie in itself, saying that he was, saying that she was already divorced, which, hey man, even that technically is still wicked, because a woman, man, ain't got that choice. But this is Esau's system. But it had been revealed that that woman that he got with wasn't even divorced in the first place. She still had a man, but he didn't give a fuck. has been partaker with adulterers. There you go. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consented with him. In fact, he was one of the thieves, stealing the land of Native Americans, tribe of Gad. He participated in selling of stolen, of Jake's Judites that were stolen from the west coast of Africa. Because the Hamites kidnapped us and sold us. And Esau helped the Hamites sell our people to them. Esau actually helped them, armed them and shit. So basically, they're man stealers, man. These Hamites kidnapped Jake and sold him to Esau, and this devil was involved in trading you Jakes as slaves. He was involved in that. So this precept applies perfectly to this devil. It fits him, it fits him perfectly. The shoe fits. And then thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. That's exactly what these devils do. Verse 20, specifically this devil, man. Well, all these devils. Verse 20, thou sittest, and it can be applied to all these devils. Verse 20, though thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. And Jake gets slandered all the time by these devils. They sit and they speak against us. They slander us, make up lies about us. And this devil was doing that shit back then, rallying so-called whites, rallying them against who? Jake. Northern and Southern Kingdom. The same way that this devil Trump was talking shit about Issachar, so-called Mexicans, even Zebulon too, and Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans, and even Judah, the Judites that were kneeling because they thought that they were kneeling in protest because Jake keeps getting shot down by the cops. The Judites that were kneeling in protest, he called sons of bitches. Because when these NFL players, because when because they're insulted the most when they do some shit, because they're the Jakes that have pull in the community and shit, and basically they're the Jakes in the house, so they're the entertainers. So they don't like Esau. While Esau is getting entertained by these Jakes, he don't want them to protest his policies. So you call them sons of bitches, but basically, hey man, even what came out a few days ago with that brother from GMS Psalm Assembly, from GMS Psalm Assembly camp, that elder, I believe he's an elder, that elder brought that out about Trump, this devil. He wants to re-educate you Jakes as well as these lower level devils, as well as them and heathens. Wants to re-educate y'all about America ain't wicked and racist. This is exact words that there's an agenda to show that America is wicked and racist. When they're trying to make it out like all this that's been exposed about them is lies, and that America been good and shit. So Man, that's more of that shit, man, because, oh, you're not on the bottom because of what we did. Basically, by implication that they are inferior and shit. By that our people are inferior. That's how Esau, that's, that's how Esau frames it as. That's his, that's his narrative. Because he also talks about Edomites having good genes. That devil is the same one that does that shit. These things have thou done, 21, and I kept silence, because for a while these devils weren't being exposed for what they did. Thou thoughtest that I was together such as one as thyself. And these devils, for a while that's what they thought. For a while, oh, it's God's will, manifest destiny, right? It's what they say, man. And then what Amalek does the same shit in the land of Israel. Oh, we have the right to we have the right to take this land because the Most High gave it to us. It's basically Esau acting like he got the blessing. When really what blessing did he get? He got the sword and the fatness of the earth, because he got the sword and the fatness of the earth, and that is a temporary blessing. But he makes it out that he wants to make you think that he got the superior blessing. He got the superior genetics, all that. But, it's actually the farthest from the truth. Because, that's actually a whack-ass blessing. And their ancestor Esau knew that it was a whack-ass blessing. And that's why he wanted to kill Jacob. Because he knew he got supplanted. But, these devils in their pride will try to make you think that. I actually will deceive themselves. Yeah, such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, And that's what's happening. Jake is being woke up and set in order. The house of Israel, headed up by the house of David, that order, that heritage that we had, which had us in order, the law, statutes, and commandments. Our house is being set in order. Starting with the 1/3. And set them in order before the eyes. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is reproving these devils. Verse 22, now consider this ye that forget Yahweh, you sleep on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These devils, man, they sleep on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And so, lest I tear you to pieces and there be none to deliver. This place, Babylon, is going to be as a chaste roe. None going to be able to deliver. Everybody going to leave this place behind. And the Lion of the tribe of Judah coming back. So, this is happening. These devils, they're through. But, for a while they've been getting away with that. But, hey, let me get, hold up. Let me get back to the subject though. He took office determined to rub the establishment's noses in their laws, because I had to go in on all that, because damn, these people really, they be claiming to be the people of Yahweh Shem Yahushai for real. But he took office determined to rub the establishment's noses in their loss and immediately began publicly rewarding his supporters with jobs. He was the first president to create a spoils or patronage system by giving federal jobs to his people. You know what they call a good old boy system, right? What they call, basically, you know, Trump does the same. He be promoting those that are loyal to him. If you don't show loyalty, I ain't gonna promote you, bro. I ain't gonna promote you. It's not based off of qualifications, but you know, based off of are they gonna do what I tell them? Are they on my side? To make room, he fired some 900 government officials. Hey, that's the story with this Trump administration. They be firing. It's the revolving door. Firing, getting fired, walking out. No, like the Trump White House, the door to the Trump White House has been like a revolving door. Spinning it as reform, you know. He fired, so I'm cleaning the swamp. Basically, shit. He's claiming he's cleaning the swamp. Spinning it as reform and constructive turnover to provide jobs to his people. Almost half of these patronage jobs were with the Postal Service. He believed these common men deserved a shot at power. They had been held closely by Eastern elites. So the same old nerd right there. Oh, I'm trying to clean the swamp. I'm coming against these elites. That's what he tells you in his speeches. Jackson supporter, New York Senator William L. Macy coined the phrase, "To the victor belong the spoils of the enemy." Basically, I won. You know, just like, hey, Trump, that's what, I believe in one of his tweets, he said that shit. Like, I won. Like, yeah, and I won. Basically. Jackson then placated his agrarian supporters and kept his base close by continuing to stir resentment towards those who are not of so-called white European descent, which and pushing through so non-Edomites and pushing through and signing Jake really that was targeting Jake and pushing through and signing the Indian Removal Act in June of 1830. So the Gadite Removal Act. This act called for moving all Native Americans west of the Mississippi River, which led to the Trail of Tears and provided land-hungry white farmers, which so-called white farmers, with some 25 million additional acres in the east. So this devil not only stole land from Jake, this devil also forced them out. He stole land from Jake in mass to give it to Esau, give it to his people, give it to his people, man. Esau, and it was mainly, because you had some that you have to. That's well known that you had some speckled birds that benefit maybe a little from that. benefited some from that, got a few crumbs out of that. But, you know, Esau as a whole benefited from that. You know, which that's what this devil does. You know, they covet lands and take them by force. I'm getting, maybe in, no, it's in Habakkuk. That bitter and hasty nation. Yeah, man. These are the modern day Chaldeans. I was looking for that scripture. These are the modern day Chaldeans. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. These are the modern day Chaldeans. This is what they do. Verse 7, they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their indignity shall proceed of themselves. Yeah, man. Verse 8, the horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And the horseman Esau is also spoken of as a wolf. You know, and the leopard symbolized the Edomites that called themselves Greeks. Are more fierce than the evening wolves. You know, Esau's compared to a wolf as well, because what is y'all are sheep among wolves. Sheep among wolves. Wolves are the 2/3 in these Edomites, their spiritual fathers. And the horsemen shall spread themselves, and the horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasted to eat. And what is the symbol of Esau, Edom? The eagle. So, and that is also goes back to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, verse, what talks about, Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You know that bitter and hasty nation, right? Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor favor to the young. You know, verse 51, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he had destroyed thee. And these devils did not leave the Gadites, the Native Americans who were also Native Israelites. You know, really the so-called Native Americans, because they were first they are Israelites. They're not Israel, their first home. Or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And that's what these devils did. They took all the resources from Gad, from Issachar, wherever Judah was at too. And Andrew Jackson, this devil, he was instrumental in doing this shit to our people. The Trail of Tears, man. The Trail of Tears. That's what they did. That's what they did. And then they took our land and they forced us out of our land. took our shit, took our land, and then later on, these devils they were shooting on the buffalo, almost made them extinct, just to starve out Jake. So that's what they were doing, and that's Deuteronomy. That's this right there, man. That's the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28, verse 51, showing that the so-called Native Americans, they are the tribes, as well as Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. The so-called Mexicans, they are the tribe of Issachar, and the so-called Native Americans, they are the tribe of Gad. And this shows that, and that siege happened next. The siege happened next. We're coming into that time where these devils are going to do that again. These devils are going to do that again. Just like they had a siege against us then. And even against those Gadites that were putting up a fight. They had that siege. These devils were besieging them in all their gates. Until their high and fenced walls come down. They basically their area that, to this day they keep us in that lower state. And then of course the evil eye came in play, man. The evil eye came in play. That's our people, man. That's our people. You just by those few verses, you should be able to tell that the so-called natives and the Mexicans, they're the tribes. You should be able to tell just by those verses. But anyways, man, that's by the way, besides the point. But back to where I was at, verse 9, they shall come all for violence, they shall come all for violence. Protect me deliver me from the violent man, right? That's these devils. The eagle, more fierce than the evening wolves. These leopards, these modern day Grecians. They shall come all for violence. Their face shall sum up. The first beast was likened to what? A leopard. And the second beast is made in the image of the first. So, there you go. The first, they shall come up. So verse 9, they shall come all for violence. Their face shall sum up as the east wind, came from the east. These devils came from the east, landed on Plymouth Rock, expanded from there, stole more and more land. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. And hasn't it? Amen. In Revelation 13, when it talks about these people say, who shall make war with the beast? That's the precept to that. Revelation 13, verse 4, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with them. So who is able to make war with them? That speaks for itself right there, man. That's the princes and kings of these different countries, including our people and the empires that we had. They have been a scorn unto these devils. They have derided, every stronghold. Like basically, they overthrew it. It was nothing. For they shall heap dust and take it. Man, that's No, that did rule the nations in anger. Let me get that. That matches up with Isaiah verse 14. Isaiah chapter 14. He who smote the people, Yahweh Shem Shai, broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. Verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. When these devils fall, that's the proverb that is taken up. Taken up against them, and you could already see it happening. You could already see it happening. But, when these devils really fall, it's going to be something to celebrate. Verse 11, then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing his power unto his God. So that's these devils. They're make a treaty. Oh, I changed my mind. Psych, Jake. I changed my mind. I'm gonna take this land mine. Y'all need to go. Even in the Cherokees, those Gadites, they was considered the so-called civilized tribes of Gad, because they were trying to be like the so-called white man. So they were considered to be civilized. And even they were forced east. They were forced west. It didn't help. Showing you that you take the side of this devil, you try to be a Sambo, right? You try to kiss this devil's ass, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get shitted on. And that's a message to you Sambos out there. They want to take this devil's side. Those of Northern and Southern Kingdom, original looking speckled bird, you Sambos. You Sambos ain't gonna be. Jacob's trouble is for all of y'all. You Sambos, your covenant with death is not gonna stand. You're gonna get basically overwhelmed by that overwhelming scourge, overflowing scourge. That flood is gonna take you. You're gonna drown in that flood. That in fact you may be first one. You're the closest to Esau. So if y'all are like low hanging fruit, close enough for him to get. And yeah, man, yeah. And he imputes his power unto his God, because really, in God we trust is not talking about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's not talking about the Most High, the power of Israel. It's not talking about him. It's talking about Satan. That's who they call God. It's talking about Satan, Cesare Borgia. Cesare Borgia, man, sweet Cesare, which that's, he was a devil. Which goes back to Serapis Christus. It goes back, really, man, it's a false power, really, which, so Satan, not Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So, they're the wicked. They worship Satan. Whether, The lower level ones, they don't know that they don't know shit, but the upper level, the uppercase, upper class Edomites, they do know. Like Andrew Jackson, for example, like he would have known that is Satan. That he's the wicked, they're the wicked, and it's Satan who they worship. The elites know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not dealing with them. Verse 12, art thou not from everlasting, O Yahweh Shem Yahushai, my power, mine holy one, we shall not die. O Yahweh Shem Yahushai, thou hast ordained them for judgment, there you go. And almighty power, thou hast established them for correction. Which goes along with what? Goes along with Romans 9. Romans 9 verse 17. Even for this same purpose, for the scriptures say unto Pharaoh, they're Sodom and Egypt. This is Sodom and Egypt all over again. Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name may be declared unto all the earth, throughout all the earth. And verse 22. What if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with long suffering the vessels of wrath, fitted to destruction. There you go. Establish them for correction. To correct our people for going off, but they are gonna be corrected and and destroyed, really. Rebuked and destroyed. Verse 23, that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. Which, that's verse 24, even thus, Yahweh desire be that number whom he had called, not of the Jews only, meaning Israelites that had their heritage, Israelites that still hadn't lost their heritage, but also the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners, and amen. The next few verses, y'all know, those of y'all, who know, basically makes that clear. The Israelites who were called Gentiles, because the Israelites who were called Gentiles, man. Verse 25 and especially 26 makes that clear. But, anyways, they were established for correction. Verse 13, thou art of pure eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on their iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously. So Habakkuk was like, why y'all done something about them? These heathens, these devils. Because, man, it applied to that time, but also to these modern day Chaldeans and Babylonians. Thou art that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devours the man that is more righteous than he. And you see that. Esau has been devouring our people. And plans to do it again. He's planning to go on a feeding frenzy. Just like otherwise, he's planning to go on a feeding frenzy. Which Thanksgiving, that holiday, really it's Thanksgiving. It basically celebrates that last feeding frenzy that he had on the tribe of Gad. He feasted on the tribe of Gad. He devoured them. And verse 14, and make his men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things, having no rule over them. So basically, you get the point, man. You get the point, man. And that's what Miss Devil Andrew Jackson had a major role in doing that shit. And and Trump, man, he bigs this man up. He has an unusual, peculiar admiration for this man. You know, I wonder why. With the re-election looming, Jackson threw more meat. That was not enough. He threw more meat to his base by vetoing the application to recharter the second bank of the United States. You know, that was the Federal Reserve back then. That was supported by a majority of Congress, you know, because hey, that was these same bankers, these same banker elites. So of course the majority of Congress would support that being bought off. Yeah, man, Jackson opposed the National Bank from his first day in office. He felt the bank helped the elites at the expense of Southern and Western farmers. And that devil, man, that devil Trump has spoken against the bank, against the, you know, I guess what you could call the third bank of the United States, otherwise known as the Federal Reserve. Shortly after killing the bank, he pulled federal money from it, despite it being of questionable legal ground. You know, that according to these devils, of course. He was forced to fire 2 Treasury secretaries before appointing one who would heal his demand to withdraw all federal money. Who would heed his demands like him? Yeah, man. So he actually acted against these devils, the Amalekites. He feared one central bank would expose the nation to influence from foreign governments, began putting federal money in state banks. In 1834, Congress censored Jackson for his actions in what they called the Bank War, but Jackson shrugged it off. Indeed, in his 8 years of presidency, he was like, I don't give a fuck. Indeed, in his 8 years of presidency, he became increasingly autocratic and ignored some laws passed by Congress, you know. And Trump, he had that same tendency to him. Hey, you know, Esau put both these dudes in office, but, you know, Jackson, he ended up turning on these devils, these elite devils, while still putting hell on our people. Indeed, in his 8 years of presidency, he became increasingly autocratic and ignored some laws passed by Congress. He vetoed more legislation than all previous presidents combined, and when the Supreme Court sided with the Cherokee Nation against the state of Georgia, Jackson allowed Georgians to ignore the ruling. So he didn't give a fuck. He was like, nah, fuck those Jakes. Now fuck those Gadites. That's what he was like. Fuck them. Take their land. I'll back you up. That's what he said. And you know, one thing he said about there's something similar to what Trump does, because Trump will say some shit about basically like about the protesters, right? Oh, you know, whoop their ass. I'll bail you out, man. Whoop their ass, you know. And then when he was before the election, I believe, like a little before, right, around the time of the election, he was talking about if Hillary won, and the Second Amendment people, right? The Second Amendment people, you know, might have a problem with that, you know, it was like a wink and nod towards it. And looting will lead to shooting. So, you know, basically it's the same sort of shit that he's doing. Given the similarities in their style, it is no surprise that Trump visited Jackson's grave within months of being inaugurated to mark Jackson's 250th birthday, and has hung Jackson's portrait in a place of honor in the Oval Office. You know, he has an unusual admiration for this man. And there is hey man, and these devils at the top, they know who the fuck they was in the past. They have the records. They got the records and shit, man. They got records. They know who we was in the past, and they know who they was. Jackson's disruption, dismantling, and realignment reverberated for 2 decades in what was known as the Jacksonian era. Okay. Ensuing Trumpian era. Yeah, I know about all that, man. No, it's not. I do know about all that, because this place is through. No, this man is gonna help destroy this kingdom. And there's going to be a kingdom era of Yahweh Shai ruling for 1,000 years, you know, and then forevermore. Now that's what's coming. Not no Trumpian era. Sorry, Esau. But let me bring out, hold on, y'all may be commenting on the live and I don't even know, because Esau made it out. Esau is fucking with my live, so I can't see the comments. So let me check. Esau. Hold on. Let me see if Esau has it up. Okay, let me see if there's any comment on my shit. Has it up? Oh, Shalom. Akia, GM. No. Damn, I'm misspeaking, Salakia, for that. Hey, man. Hey, Shalom, though. Yabba Shem Yahushai Barakatah. Fisher Turn Hunter. Amos 9:11. I didn't see your Shalom. Esau Edom is mad, so he's censoring my shit. And let me bring that out, because I went into how he's Andrew Jackson. He's Andrew Jackson coming back. You know, why I believe he's Andrew Jackson, and many not just me, it's other brothers that believe that he is, you know, pretty much, man. I brought out the evidence. Oh fuck. And now I'm gonna bring out how he just like Nero, how basically he's Nero. I'm gonna bring out the similarities. There's actually an article, Trump and Nero, and there's many similarities, man. Just recently there was a meme that was tweeted. He tweeted a meme of himself fiddling. It's drawing a comparison to Roman Emperor Nero. Then, yeah, this guy he retweeted a meme of him that said, "My next piece is called 'Nothing Can Stop What Was Coming.'" And he's fiddling like Nero. And what he said is, "Who knows what this means, but it sounds good to me." These devils, man. These devils, man. They know who they are, man. President Trump looked serene as he rested the left side of his face against the violin. The meme showed him with his eyes closed and his seemingly relaxed, playing the instrument amid mounting concerns of the global spread of the novel coronavirus. So this was back when that Rona madness was coming out. The next piece is called, the meme said in bold white letters, "Nothing can stop what's coming." He was sharing it from White House social media director Dan Scavino. He appreciated the sentiment he was sharing from him. He said he did not exactly understand the meaning behind it. Who knows what it means, but it sounds good to me. The symbolism of the image and language, however, was enough for many to form their own conclusions surrounding recent events. Trump sharing the image was looked at by critics as an allusion to the legend of Roman Emperor Nero, who fiddled as Rome burned around him. Others pointed out the line, "Nothing can stop what's coming," is a popular phrase linked to the far-right online conspiracy. There's QAnon, which they call that. Hey man, that dude is. They call that basically anyone like brings out truth or something that is not according to the mainstream media narrative, then they call that. But he's controlled opposition. He tells these people to trust Trump, and Trump promotes it. The meme came as the number AQA on that, man. He's back in his lot. The meme, just like the people promoting AJ, Andrew Jackson, probably the same people that was promoting Nero. The meme came as the number of coronavirus cases in the United States topped 500 over the weekend before the Dow sustained heavy losses Monday thanks to a new oil war sparked by the outbreak. That was their numbers that they were giving. That's besides the point. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment Monday. the image reminiscent of Nero trended on Twitter into early Monday and only intensified when people learned that the president played golf at his club Sunday in West Palm Beach, Florida, with players from the Washington Nationals. "Quote unquote," it means Rome is burning. America, modern day. No, you already know. It's burning and you're fiddling around a golf course, Nero, replied Walter Shaw. We call him Nero, a Trump critic and former director of the Office of Government Ethics. That's just that's just that's just one case. Hey, this one right here. Wait, so this article right here. Wait, so who is Nero, and why are people comparing him to Trump? The Roman emperor was a trending Twitter topic on Monday, so a history lesson is in order. So, hey, there was a float depicting President Trump as Roman Emperor Nero and the traditional carnival parade in Mainz, Germany on February 24th. This article is from March 9, 2020 at 300 Slovakia, Slovakia. After a weekend of golfing in Florida, President Trump, quote, tweeted a mysterious meme, so it's an article about the same thing, depicting itself, basically playing the fiddle, man. Who knows what it means, but it sound good to me, like that type of shit. Yeah, Walter Shaw, director of the Office of Government Intelligence of 2013 and 2017, had another idea because people are saying, oh, it's related to QAnon, which is promoted by this devil, Trump, by the way. Nero, but let me get into it. Nero was a notorious emperor who, as legend has it, fiddled while Rome burned. By Monday morning, Nero Trump was a top trend on Twitter. As they say, history lesson is definitely in order. Yeah, man. Nero, a descendant of Julius Caesar, was born Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus in 37 AD. That's a title. This is his real name. His mother, Agrippina, conspired by an incestuous marriage to make Nero the next in line for the throne. Her husband, uncle, the Emperor Claudius, died by poisoning soon after, making Nero. So she committed incest, and basically, her husband, uncle, the Emperor Claudius, died by poisoning soon after, making Nero 16 or 17 at the time the fifth emperor of Rome. Hey, man, that's how these devils get down. You already know it. But Agrippina attempted to rule via her son, but was soon exiled and later executed. And as Nero grew into a young man, he was always DTFF. They say it's down to feast and frolic. I know these devils are freaks, man. Trump is a whole freak. He threw they Greek freaks. He threw lavish parties in extravagant places, slept with anyone he wanted, and even took to the stage as an actor, poet, and musician. The elites of Rome were not impressed. Orgies was one thing, but acting and plays that cheapened the throne, they complained. They're saying he was, how they say Trump don't act presidential? They're saying Nero, he's not acting like a real emperor, basically. That cheapened the throne, they complained. Then in 64 AD, Nero announced he wanted to level, so notice the time when he was ruling. Nero announced he wanted to level and rebuild most of the city in a more contemporary style. The Senate refused him permission. Soon after, the whole city caught on fire. Shit, coincidence? Nah, man. It burned for 6 days straight, then rekindled and burned for 3 more. Hey man, soon after the whole city caught on fire. And then who would he blame that on? Jake. Of course. It burned for 6 days straight, then rekindled and burned for 3 more. Burned for 3 more. 10 of Rome's 14 districts were destroyed, and Nero soon began to build his massive golden house on its smaller ashes. 10 to 14. Okay, never mind. It's 14 districts. I was thinking something else. Thinking of how basically Babylon, the city, is divided in basically 10 parts, and one is going to be left. And then that one will be destroyed as well. The whole city will be destroyed through. I was just thinking of that, but 10 of Rome's 14s don't really match up all the way, but Esau got a false flag set up for us. Y'all already know. Or he's just gonna blame us for America falling. Blame Jake. Blame us for the Rona spreading and all that. And then, blame it on Jake, and then what, who got these Jakes? All so-called uppity or whatever. Who got them like that? The Hebrew Israelites. So, we know their game plan. And, it's probably false flags set up, planned out to directly blame us. They burned for 6, okay. And Nero soon began to build his massive golden house on its smoldering ashes. Hey man, what are these devils want to build that want to make MAGA, right? You talk about making America great again. What they want to do is they want to build a new world order on the ashes of the old world order. The ashes, basically an updated version of this old world order. The updated version of how Esau is ruling right now. They just want a revamped version of that. And so that's a symbolic of that. They want their golden age to continue, basically. And so that's a symbolic of that. They want their golden age to continue, basically. They want to keep their rulership, basically. They want to stay in power and, right off in the sunset. You know how we have the city, how Jerusalem is described as that. The New Jerusalem is described as a city of gold. You know, the streets of gold and all that. The real golden age, the king of earth is going to be the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, the kingdom of Yasharallah. Well, these devils want to have the kingdom. You know, but did he really? Okay. And also, hey, Trump be going. So it says, but did he really fiddle while Rome burned? No, because fiddles didn't exist until the Middle Ages, but he maybe played his lyre. He probably that. But the point is there. There's a bust of Nero with this fucking nose hit. They hit this devil nose. You know, you can see that this devil is a damn. This devil, man, he even looks like Trump. If you really look at him. His first biographer, Tacitus, wrote in his Annals that Nero was 30 miles away in Antium at the time, but at the very moment when Rome was aflame, he had mounted his private stage and had typifying the ills of the present by the calamities of the past, had sung the destruction of Troy. So at the same damn time, man, hey, not a great look, but later biographers even said they were even less charitable. This is what they said. Suetonius claimed the witnesses caught him setting the fire, and that he watched the city burn from the tower and exulting. After he said the beauty of the flames, he sang the whole of the sack of Ilium in his regular stage costume. Cassius Dio claimed he hired a bunch of thugs to set fires and then watch from the place singing and playing the lyre in costume. There you go. There you go. And ain't that what these devils do? They hire these agent provocateurs. They hire these agent provocateurs to do their dirty work and to fuck shit up. Ain't that what they do? Well, this devil was. I mean, it's probably that exactly. I believe that's what happened, because these damn devils are. This man is the damn devil. So he actually set the fire. You know, yeah, man. The famous expression that Nero fiddled while Rome burned came later, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, but it was adapted over centuries from the original story. In any case, Nero's feckless response to the tragedy is now being compared to Trump's Twitter behavior amid the growing crisis of the coronavirus outbreak and its economic fallout. Monday morning, as Americans nervously awaited the opening bell on Wall Street, Trump tweeted his usual complaints about Democrats, the deep state, and the fake news media. Nero's feckless response to the tragedy. So, you know, same old shit, man. Except, you know, you know, this pandemic is being hyped up. It's a plan by them to introduce their new world order, but It's how he moves, how he act. So he did see what I meant then, man. It's the same. And when the and also the stocks was going down and shit too. He want to talk. He was tweeting about that shit, man. He stayed on Twitter, tweeting about Democrats, deep state, and fake news media and all that. Soon after Trump retweeted the fiddling meme, CNN legal analyst Renato Mariotti had this warning: you might want to look up what happened to Nero. It wasn't good. Trump loves Gone with the Wind, which that's about like antebellum South and all that. When they had us in chattel slavery, were openly oppressing Judah and Gad, openly doing it. And you know something else, that you know how Nero was an actor and all that, Trump, and he performed and all that. Trump was a game show host. He was a game show host. You know, he had that show, The Apprentice. And so the parallels, man, they continue. This man basically Nero, and he already be talking shit about. He already be talking shit about Jake. He already be doing that shit, calling them thugs and shit. It's the same old bullshit that Nero was doing. This man is also doing. The same old bullshit that this man was doing, Nero was also doing. And the same bullshit that Andrew Jackson was doing, he was also doing the same. Also, is the same bullshit that Trump is doing. They move, you know, in the same way. And it's the reason for that. Because that's the same spirit in them. And Nero, he was Caesar during just before what? 70 AD. In his time of rule, his term, it was. It even looks like him if you look him up. Trump, yep. Okay. They even wrote a look. Oh wait, nah. American Nero was, I think, wrote about. Nah. It may have been written about Trump. Let me see, which would make sense. Yup. American Nero, the history of the destruction of the rule of law and why Trump is the worst offender. In this book right here, the history of the destruction of the rule of law is what it says, and why Trump is okay. And they have a bust of Trump, like that bust of Nero, right? With the fucking laurel, with that fucking shit that these emperors had around their head. That fucking shit, man. Laurel branch or whatever. That fucking shit they had on their head. Yeah, and this devil wrote about it, man. We've heard it said many times that Donald Trump is eroding the rule of law, and we can feel it in our guts. But what does rule of law, quote unquote, really mean? And what happens when it breaks down? From Richard Painter, a Senate candidate and law professor who served as White House Chief of Ethics Counsel under President George W. Bush, and New York. So a Republican, right? Even these proud devils, members of the red team, man. Even they turning on them, man. This was written back in when? When was it written? Let me see. You have never Trump Republicans. So even members of his squad, they against him. This devil was a part of the Bush administration. Yeah, man. Hold up, though. Let me see. They're basically the description of it. Exhortation, which, they call it the rule of law, but, this place is, they haven't gone by the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The true law, that the law that really rules. And if this was a country that was so-called a Christian country, right? If it was actually a Christian country, they would trust in that law, but they even break their own law, and this shows that. Painter and Golden Block, which that's another devil, present a clear description of rule of law, arguably the single most important scripture underlying our civilization. So basically it goes over Trump's violation of the Constitution, him not giving a fuck. And they call him American Nero. And they ain't wrong. The dude even looks like Nero. You look at comparisons of Nero and Trump. Hey, there's this one cartoon. Shows Nero while Rome burned, fiddling, right, or really playing the lyre or whatever. Get the point. Zero, they call him Zero while California burns, tweeting about fire Canadian lumber industry fault, more rags would fix problem, sad. And they show him with this McDonald's fucking sitting while California burns. Yeah, man. Emperor Nero, Emperor Trump, same dude. Same dude. You can see it. If you have the eye salve, you can see it. Shit. Trump while that. Shit. It's just it's apparent, man, that this devil is that same devil. Golfing while Rome burns. Tweeting while Rome burns. How do you work this thing talking about a fiddle while the White House is on fire right behind them? Different cartoons out there showing them as Nero. Even the bust of him. The face of Nero, the face of Trump. The same, man. Very similar. Very similar. Yeah, so he's basically Nero. Ah, yup, yup, yup. His face and everything, man. Nero fiddled while he had Rome burned. Trump held the U.S. government to ransom for his border wall. Reading this article, and it said there are evidence of his popularity among the Roman commoners, especially in the eastern provinces of the empire, when a popular legend arose that Nero had not died and would return. So among the Roman coloners, Yeah, man. And it says it's a site called StarLogic .ca. Yeah, basically, Trump is fucking Nero. They also say, so it shows that Julius Caesar and fucking Vladimir Putin look like each other. They're basically like similar to each other. No, so I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt that's true about them as well. Hey, but Trump, man. Hey, man, that's Nero. And, when Nero ruled, it was leading up to the time of 70 AD. And so it shows you what time we have the modern day Nero ruling America. So we're coming up to a modern day 70 AD, involving the Northern Kingdom too. Jacob's trouble. And it started off the way it's starting off right now with riots, Jake getting roused up, and that's coming again. And while there was that, man, those riots, there was also a Roman civil war. Yeah, man. The year of the four emperors, 69 AD, was a period in the history of the Roman Empire in which four emperors ruled in succession: Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and Vespasian. The suicide of the Emperor Nero in 68 was followed by a brief period of civil war, the first Roman civil war since Mark Antony's death in 30 BC. So it was four emperors that ruled in a single year. And Babylon is also coming to that point where it's a civil war coming to this place, just like there was one before. It's been a little while. It's 1860s, but there's another one coming to this place. Let's see what problems led to the civil war in Rome. The causes of that's something different. That's the other civil war. I think the first one with Julius Caesar after his death. after Mark Antony's death. Yeah, that was after that one. But hey, this one, after Nero killed himself because he basically, what happened, let me get it. Year of the Four Emperors. What happened was, okay, let me just get into the article. The year of the Four Emperors at year 69, right, was a year in the history of the Roman Empire, AD 69, in which four emperors ruled in a remarkable turnover. The four emperors were Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and Vespasian. The suicide of Emperor Nero in 68 was followed by a brief period of civil war, the first Roman civil war since Mark Antony's death in 30 BC. Between June of 68 and December of 69, Rome witnessed the successive rise and fall of Galba, Otho, and Vitellius into the final accession of Vespasian, the first ruler of the Flavian dynasty, which, that was Bakar Ahmad, the brother Bakar Ahmad. He from Manivala main camp, he brought out that Flavian mean blonde, so then he saw there's an Edomite Vespasian that came on top. This was an example of the political disturbances which occurred. Hold on. Occurred in the history of the Roman Empire. Oh, and you know who Vespasian's son was? Titus, right? That general that destroyed our people. That destroyed our people in 70 AD, and he's back in his lot. This was an example of the political disturbances which occurred in the history of the Roman Empire. The military and political anarchy created by the Civil War has serious repercussions. Hold on. Such as the outbreak of the Batavian Rebellion. The Judite, says Jewish, but the Judite revolt was already ongoing. So there's already our people rising up. By June of 68, the Senate took the initiative to rid itself of Nero, declaring him a public enemy and Galba emperor. The Praetorian Guard were bribed to betray Nero, and Nero committed suicide. Hold on. Galba was recognized as emperor and welcomed into the city at the head of his legions. So basically, Esau basically fucked Esau over. These devils fucked Nero over. He was running shit like a dictator, basically. Galba was recognized as emperor, welcomed to the city at the head of his legions. Galba did not remain popular for long. On his march to Rome, he either destroyed or took enormous fines from towns that did not accept him immediately. In Rome, Galba canceled all the reforms of Nero, including benefits for many important persons. Hey, and also, you know what? Them Trump checks, right? They call them Trump checks. That reminds me of that. The army was not happy either. After his safe arrival in Rome, Galba refused to pay the rewards he had promised the soldiers who had supported him, so he fucked them over. The Roman treasury was indeed in a bad way after Nero's extravagances, but Galba did not handle the situation as well. Like Nero, Galba had a fear of conspirators and executed many senators and equites without equites without trial. Moreover, in the start of the civil year of 69, on January 1, the legions of Germania Inferior refused to swear allegiance and obedience to the new emperor. On the following day, the legions acclaimed Vitellius, their governor, as emperor. So, division, a divided kingdom, they don't stand, it falls. A house divided, a kingdom divided, don't stand. Marcus Salvius Otho bribed the Praetorian Guard, already very unhappy with the emperor, to his side. When Galba heard about the coup d'etat, he went to the streets in an attempt to normalize the situation. I mean, the coup d'etat basically means coup of state in French. Shortly afterwards, the Praetorian Guard killed him in the Forum. So it went from Otho, I went to Otho that way, man. From Galba to Otho. Otho to Vitellius. Otho was recognized as emperor by the Senate that same day. The new emperor was saluted with relief. Otto ambitious and greedy, Otto did not have a record for tyranny and cruelty and was expected to be a fair emperor. Hey, the elders and as well as that brother, he say that some of these emperors were Jakes. Some of them. I don't know which ones though. Maybe this one. Maybe this Otto dude. However, it looks like he has a hairstyle, which some Jakes have, that kind of look like he have. I'm gonna call that cornrow style. On this bust of him. So could be this one. It could be this one. Could be this one. I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna speak. I'm not gonna say whether he is a Jake or he isn't. Yeah, he did not have a record for tyranny or cruelty and was expected to be a fair emperor. However, trouble in the form of Vitellius was marching down on Italy from Germany. So then this man was like, okay, yeah, so they recognized this man as emperor, but then some other dude, he was marching down, some other general was marching down. No, he was going to take the power from Otto. I'm going into this because it's like a civil war happened after Nero, and even the conditions for the civil war was happening during Nero's rulership. We come into a civil war. What the fuck happened? Oh. During Nero's rulership. Oh shit. Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it out. Vitellius had behind him the finest elite legions of the empire con- composed of veterans of the Germanic wars. This would prove to be his best argument to gain power. Otto was not. I mean, this dude Otto may have been a Jake. You know, he may have been. He may have been. Reading about him, thinking that he may have been, but like I don't know for sure. Otto was not keen to begin another civil war. He may have been the one that he was talking about anyway. Otto was not keen. Otto was not keen to begin another civil war and sent emissaries to propose a peace and inviting Vitellius to be his son-in-law. It was too late to reason. Vitellius' general had half of his army heading to Italy. After a series of minor victories, Otto was defeated in the Battle of Bedriacum. Rather than flee and attempt a counterattack, Otto decided to put an end to anarchy and committed suicide. He had been emperor for a little more than 3 months. This was Vitellius, and then you have like a bust of him. Then you had Vespasian, Esau started the Flavian dynasty. So basically, Vitellius, what happened on the news of Otto's suicide, Vitellius was recognized as emperor by the Senate. Given this recognition, Vitellius sets out for Rome. The city was left very skeptical when Vitellius chose a day of bad auspices, according to Roman superstition. So the stars wasn't lined up right or some shit to accept the office of Pontifex Maximus. Events would seemingly prove them right. With the throne, and America's the same way with astrology. Tell right there, one way. But anyways, events would seemingly prove them right. With the throne slightly secured, Vitellius engaged in a series of feasts, banquets, and triumphal parades that drove the imperial treasury close to bankruptcy. Debts were quickly accrued, and money lenders started to demand repayment. So he just went and party basically. Started a party as soon as he got in. Vitellius showed his violent nature by ordering the torture and execution of those who dared to make such demands. Vitellius took the step of killing innocent citizens and naming them as their heir, often together with any co-heir. So he's just killing those people, his opponents, killing all of them, man, as named them as their heir, often together with any co-heirs. Moreover, he engaged in a pursuit of every possible rival, inviting them to the palace with promises of power only to have them assassinated. So, in this doubt, this devil basically invited them would invite his rivals to the palace, White House of today, right? Invite them to the palace with promises of power only to have them assassinated. Vespasian had been given, he had a series of feasts. So I don't know if he's actually Edomite or not, but if that particular one was Edomite, he probably was. But I don't know. Vespasian had been given a special command in Judea by Nero in 67 with the task of putting down the great Judite revolt. He gained the support of the governor of Syria, Gaius Licinius Mucianus. A strong force drawn from the Judean and Syrian legions marched on Rome under the command of Mucianus. Vespasian himself traveled to Alexandria, where he had been acclaimed emperor on July 1st, thereby gaining vital controls of the vital grain supplies from Egypt. Vespasian's son Titus remained in Judea to deal with the Judite rebellion. Before the eastern legions could reach Rome, the Danubian legions of the province of provinces of Raeta and Moesia also proclaimed Vespasian as emperor, and August, and led by Marcus Antonius Primus, invaded Italy. Hold on. In October, the forces led by Primus won a crushing victory over Vitellius' army at the Second Battle of Bedriacum, the second. Surrounded by enemies, Vitellius made a last attempt to win the city to his side. Hold on. Fuck. Distributing bribes and promises of power were needed. The Danube army was now very near Rome. Vitellius went into hiding and prepared to flee, but decided on last visit to the palace. There he was caught by Vespasian's men and killed. On seizing the capital, they burned down the temple of Jupiter. The Senate acknowledged Vespasian as emperor on the following day. It was 21 September 69, the year that had begun with Galba on the throne. So, at the same time, they had a civil war, and that's coming to America. Hold on. Let me go back. Because basically, hey, these emperors, they had different areas of basically where they ran this shit. Rome was split up. So different. So you have, so I'm about to bring some out, but basically it's the same situation with America today. The fuck? Oh. Oh shit. Oh yeah, this article came out. Amid talk of a civil war, America is already split. Trump nation has already succeeded. By the Guardian. Trump nation has succeeded. The president, okay, it says the president thrives on division, speaks of we and them. Hey, let me bring out. That's just Matthew. I believe it's in chapter 12. Matthew 12, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Verse 26. Oh, it's 344, by the way. Verse 26. I've been seeing a lot of numbers that have to do with 144. You know. I've been seeing a lot of them. You know. I'm sure y'all brothers have too. Verse 26. And as Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So, there you go. How shall then his kingdom stand? It's not gonna stand, it's gonna fall. This devil has an end. This kingdom has an end, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. This great city has an end. You know, no wonder we fear he won't accept this defeat. Yeah, he's gonna be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not losing power. I'm not leaving here, and y'all go ahead. This election was rigged. We gotta fight for our country. And in the Second Amendment, people are gonna take up arms. Yeah, man. The central fight is over Donald Trump. What is America really fighting over the upcoming election? Not any particular issue. Not even Republican, Democrats versus Republicans. The central fight is over Donald Trump. Well, really, I mean, it's over Jake. It's over two approaches how to deal with our people. But let me get into the article. Before Trump, most Americans weren't especially passionate about politics, but Trump's MO has been to force people to become passionate about him, to take fierce sides for or against. So he's very polarizing. He said about him, either you're with me or against me. And he considers himself president only of the former, who he calls my people. So what do these devils do whenever people say not my president? You know, they get pissed off. But at the same time, only his supporters. You know, he considers himself president only of his supporters, whom he calls his people. Trump came to office with no agenda except to feed his monstrous ego. He has never fueled his base. His base has fueled him. His adoration sustains him. It's a cult of personality. He's a narcissist. So there's the antipathy of his detractors, Salakia. Presidents usually try to appease their critics. Trump has gone out of his way to offend them. I do bring rage out, quote unquote. He apologetically told Bob Woodward in 2016 are unapologetically proud about it. In that way, he turned America into a gargantuan projection of his own pathological narcissism. You know. To Trump and his core enablers and supporters, the laws of Trump Nation authorize him to do whatever he wants. Well, it's a Trump Nation. It's a cult. It's a cult of personality. Cult 45. His entire re-election platform is found in his use of the pronouns we and them. We are people who love him, Trump Nation. They hate them. In 8 August, near the end of a somnolent address at the South Lawn of the White House, accepting the Republican nomination. And that goes into the kingdom being divided. The fact is, we're here and they're not, what he said. Trump extemporized, quote unquote. Said the fact is, we're here and they're not. It drew a standing ovation. They're like, yeah. At a recent White House news conference, a CNN correspondent asked if Trump condemned was indeed shot a young gentleman. So, talking about that shooting. In Trump's eyes, CNN exists in a different country. Kingdom divided. Anti-Trump nation. So, kingdom divided. There you go. Trump nation, one country. The country of Trump, the other country, anti-Trump. The two Americas. So do the putative rioters and looters of Biden's America, quote unquote. There you go. So do the inhabitants of blue states, whose states and local taxes deductions Trump eliminated. So do those who live, which is, a sign, he did it for them. Eliminated the tax deductions for them. So do those who live in the Democrat cities, quote unquote, as he calls them, whose funding he's trying to cut. California is a big part of anti-Trump nation. He wanted to reject his request for aid to battle wildfires because he was so rageful that people in the state of California didn't support him. He wanted to reject its request for aid to battle wildfire. Yep. He was so rageful that people in the state didn't support him. The former 80s that will come down with wrath. Said former Department of Staff Miles Taylor. New York is the capital of anti-Trump nation, which probably contributed to Trump, quote unquote. Okay, now they're gonna be on that Rona bullshit. Playing down the threat of COVID-19 last month when its red virulence seemed largely confined to that metropolis. So it's all, even yada yada yada, man, basically. And basically, blue states don't count because they're anti-Trump nation. To Trump and his core enablers and supporters, the laws of Trump nation authorize him to do whatever he wants. Anti-Trump nation's laws constrain him, but they're illegitimate because they're made and enforced by the people who reject them. If he loses the election, Trump will not accept the result because it would be the product of anti-Trump nation. There you go. So Trump's call to the president of Ukraine seeking help with the election was perfect. It was fine. Okay, Russia sided with them in 2016. They claimed that, could have happened. These devils may have fooled the Russians along with their own people. And they thought, the Russians thought Obama was not gonna be on that bullshit, but they found out that that was wrong. And it's fine for him to do so again. And of course, the Justice Department, Postal Service, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention should help him win re-election. They're all aiding Trump Nation. By a similar twisted logic, anti-Trump Nation is dangerous. Hence, says Trump, the armed teenager who killed two in Kenosha, Wisconsin, acted in self-defense. Yet the suspected killer, so even though he acted in self-defense, which you look at the situation, kind of has a point, but that devil man, he was looking for a fight. Yet the suspected killer of a right-winger in Portland deserved the retribution he got when federal marshals killed him. So basically hypocrisy, when it comes to Trump's supporting devils. When he whatever they do, man, it's justified. But when it comes to someone that doesn't support him, is not a proud devil, proud red mega head wearing devil. That's what they do is wrong, basically. The same rules don't apply to them. It follows that if he loses the election, Trump will not accept the result because it would not be the product, it would be the product of anti-Trump nation, and Trump the president against as the only way to lose the election is if the election, so they're already telling you. In the warp, so they're not going to recognize it. In the warped minds of Trump, if they have it so, Biden won, they're not going to recognize it. In the warped mind of Trump and his acolytes, this could lead to civil war. Just this week, he refused to commit to a peaceful transition of power, and brothers have brought that out. His conciliar Roger Stone urges him to declare martial law if he loses, quote unquote. That's his advice. Roger Stone urges, and this, how this devil is, that's probably gonna happen if it's set up that way, for if he so-called loses the election. Michael Caputo, this Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs at the Department of Health and Human Services, warns the shooting will begin when Trump refuses to go. The shooting will begin. He's warning that. Civil war is unlikely, of course they gotta play it down. But the weeks and perhaps months after election day will surely be fraught. Even if Trump is ultimately forced to relinquish power, his core adherents will continue to view him as their leader. If he retains power, many, if not most president Americans will consider his presidency illegitimate. So whatever happens, Trump's megalomaniacal ego will prevail. America will have come apart over him, and Trump Nation would have succeeded from anti-Trump Nation. So there you go, man. That Civil War is coming to this country, man. It's already split. 2020 will be the Civil War election. They're calling it that. Tennessee Star. That's the title of this article. 3 thoughts. It says 3 thoughts of commentary. 2020 will be the Civil War election. Just like what? 1860. So because the house was divided back then, and it's divided now. Oh shit. Martial law in Azerbaijan and Armenia hostile and ready for war. Shit is hitting the fan. While this is happening, World War III is happening. Oh, hey man. Oh shit, man. Hey, flames of fire hovered over us tonight. Literally going home at the GMS Dallas camp. Hey man. Hey man. This is it right here. This is it right here. This is it, Akim. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna play that shit. I'm gonna play that video about just call all y'all by shimmy outside. We going home. For real.
I got it. Call all y'all about shimmy outside, yo. Call all y'all about shimmy outside.
Hey man, call all y'all by shimmy outside. All praises.
I'm in tears. Oh my goodness.
Hey, call all y'all by shimmy outside. Call all y'all by shimmy outside.
I'm in tears, bro.
Hey man, it's going down.
I swear, bro.
It's going down.
I'm in tears, brother. We finna get out of here, bro. We finna get out of here, bro. We finna get out of here, Akyom. Call her law, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Call her law, bro. Call her law, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, brothers. GMS Dallas. We finna get out of here. Call her law, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, brothers. Call her law, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, brothers. Oh my God, brother. It's another one, bro. I got the video, bro. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, brother.
Call all y'all by shimmy outside.
It's up there. It's up there, brothers. It's up there, brothers.
Looks like a flame of fire, man.
Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's up there. They showing out for us, brothers. GMS Dallas. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Hey man.
Bro, they flew over us when we was over here. They was low. Slacker, bro. Calm, man. Calm. Call y'all by Shimmy outside.
We got haters that don't want to see our vision come to pass.
Calm. Man, brother. Why do y'all about Shimmy outside? Why do y'all about Shimmy outside? Remember the message that was brought earlier in class, bro?
Everything I see is
Fear, bro.
It's tripping. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You said that, bro.
I saw them flames and
God, it's up there.
call all your house, Shimmy outside. Call all your house, Shimmy outside.
Call all y'all by shimmy
Call all your
outside.
house, Shimmy outside.
Bro,
Call all
come, bro. Hey, bro, we going home, bro.
We out of here. We out of here.
goodness.
We getting out of here, man. We getting out of here.
Call all your house.
The Lord is showing out. They keep coming out. They keep coming out. Call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They keep coming out. The Lord's stunting. The Lord's stunting on them boys. Call all Yahweh. Call all Yahweh. Those are balls of fire in the sky. Those are fires in the sky. Call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The Lord's stunting on them boys. And I believe He gonna keep on doing it all night, bro. I believe He gonna keep doing it, man. Call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
All praises. All praises. Man, all praises. Literal balls of fire. Literal balls of fire, man. Man, just in case I'm gonna play something from the beginning. Just in case y'all ain't seen. Oh, he's so mad. Connection failed. Java host.
I got it. Call all y'all
Shimmy outside, yo. Call on Yahweh Shimmy outside, bro. Call on Yahweh Shimmy outside. Call on Yahweh Shimmy outside. Call on Yahweh Shimmy outside. I'm in tears. Oh my goodness. Call on Yahweh. Call on Yahweh. Yo, you caught it, bro. Call on Yahweh. Brother, I'm in tears, bro. I'm in tears, bro. I swear, bro. I'm in tears, bro. Get out of here, bro. We finna get out of here, bro. We finna get
call
out
out
of here.
y'all by shooting outside.
Call
You
y'all
devil's mad.
outside. Call.
You devil's mad. You devil's mad. Well, stay mad, cause man, I need to see that again real quick. Right over us. Right over us.
I got it. Call on y'all by Shimmy outside, yo. Call on y'all.
Yup. Call out y'all by Shimmy outside. It's real. It's real. It's really going down. You know what's going down? You devil's kingdom is going straight the fuck down. It's really going down. Yeah, man. I just found out about that. I had to play it. Cause that's heavy. Now I'm going in on. I'm bringing this out, and part of it, basically history repeats itself. So we have modern day, we have a modern day Nero. Well, we have Nero back today, man. A modern day. Nero's back in his lot, And last time he was around, it was a Roman civil war, and it was Jacob's trouble, 70 AD. Except Esau, you're gonna get to the 2/3, but not the elect. Esau, you're not gonna get your new world order. You're gonna take a huge L, one of the hugest L's that can never be taken. The hugest L's. Also, it's talking about basically it's like the election of 1876. But It's like the election of 1860 to me. There was the election of 1876, almost resulted in another one. Shit. Shit. Shit, slacking. Dealing with afflictions. As articles say that the so-called white northerners, or they basically so-called liberals, they are growing tired of the so-called Negro, showing that they don't give a fuck about you Jakes. Damn. Jake called it the devil's compromise and was basically these liberals sold out Jake, which they always do. Hey, these devils might do something like that. Hey, but Civil War is coming, so might be like that, and maybe that it's ended by something. A Civil War breaks out, and then it's ended by some type of compromise like that. Actually, the UN troops get involved. They have that plan. They won't tell you that in these mainstream publications, but they have that plan. Get the UN troops involved. Yeah, man, this place is through. This place is through. Man, fuck this place. It's through. And the Republicans wanted to succeed over Obama. They wanted to do that shit, but it hasn't been as the tensions hasn't been as hot as now with Trump. Even these devils know that America is through because they say that our nation lasts, well, no nation lasts forever, and ours won't be the first. The election won't be the end of the United States, but it could be the beginning of the end. These devils are through. You devils are through, man. And there's another scripture. Well, actually, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And it opens right there. I actually have a bookmark though. There though. It's a very heavy scripture, and it talks about what's going to happen to this modern day Egypt. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor. And everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So there you go. That's civil war right there. City, everyone against his brother, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of. Why? Because the nation, because a divided house and a divided kingdom shall not stand. Divided city, this great city is not going to stand because it's a divided city. It's a divided house, divided kingdom, divided city shall not stand. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians, verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and the fierce king shall rule over him, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts. So there you go. There you go. And that cruel lord, man, that cruel lord be Trump. Which is why I think that, why I think that they're going to have Trump win again. Or even if they have it set up, okay, let's say they have it set up so that Biden wins in the end. Let's say that they have it set up like that. Okay, this devil Trump said he's not going to go down. So he's not going to go down. Like he's not gonna step down peacefully. So you can expect some shit to break out civil war just by that. You have that. You have Roger Stone calling on this man to declare martial law. And you have calling on this man to declare martial law. And you have so you have that, and he's Roger Stone and Trump, they real tight. So something may come out of that. Like you have that martial law possibility, which these devils gonna declare martial law and prophecy. And you have and you have his supporters that they're the Second Amendment people, right? They've been ready to defend Trump. So shit, man, this country's fucked. Either way you put it. Esau, you can't win. It's gonna be civil war in this motherfucker, cause you're gonna have Trump, the parts of America that support Trump. You're gonna have them fight against the parts of America that support Biden. You could easily see it happening. The year of the two of the two emperors, the year of the two presidents. Could easily see it happening, except it's not gonna last for a whole last year, because like it tells us, because Yahweh Shai told us that for the elect's sake, these days are gonna be cut short. And that's Matthew 24. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. So it's gonna be like, I guess and then you could easily see it happening, and then the UN coming in to enforce order. Because back then they didn't have the UN, and back then, back then it would be widely unacceptable for foreign troops to be on U.S. soil. But nowadays, there's that in fact, not a possibility. They already got them ready to go. Esau is waiting for that opportunity. These elites are making a mistake, because a kingdom divided cannot stand. They're fucking up. Hey, the council has been destroyed. That's verse 3, Isaiah 19, verse 3. The wisdom or Salakia, the wisdom in Teman has been destroyed. Where is the wisdom, man? It ain't nowhere to be found. You're through. Salakia. Obadiah, man, these devils fucking with my fucking life. In chapter 1, verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau. So, Edom, understanding out of the mount of Esau, the government of Esau, the elites of Esau. He has destroyed their wisdom. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. That also goes into his own blood, pursuing them, as well as, of course, blood did not satisfy him, like was. And we get turned into hunters, like we're gonna fuck them up, and then put them in chains, and then we're gonna go hard on these devils in the kingdom. They gonna catch pure hell, and then we're gonna eliminate them, gonna be done with them. So it means that as Esau. There's none of that. Oh yeah, I'm an Edomite, you're an Edomite. No. They hate Jake, but they don't give a fuck about each other as well. They're ready to kill each other to take power. So I mean, they have that evil eye towards each other, and you see it more and more. And there's no honor among thieves. This man is that thief that came not but to kill and steal and destroy, like Yahushua put it. So this man, that saying is actually biblically sound. I'm looking at scripture about the thief. About the thief had no did not come but to kill, steal, and destroy. And killing, murdering, raping, stealing. That's how they took power. Let me just look it up. That's John 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So there you go. What did this devil do when he came here? he stole, killed, and destroyed. That's what he did. Showing that that's what he is, man. He's a murderer from the beginning, and he continued to do that. And lied. And there's another one. Yeah. The vessel unto honor and unto dishonor. That's Romans chapter 9, verse 21. Had not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and one unto dishonor? Hold up. Fuck. So basically they're made the way they are, a vessel unto dishonor. So no honor among thieves. Yeah, man. And so they gonna kill each other, man. They gonna kill each other. They gonna fuck each other over. And that's one way how Yahweh Shem Yahushai gonna destroy them. Verse 23, that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy. That's one way he gonna do it. You know, which it's always been set up that way from the beginning, which he ever before prepared unto that glory. So that's one way these devils gonna go down. Like these Russians, the Europeans, it's gonna go on an international stage. These Russians, these Europeans, devils, they're gonna launch nukes on Babylon and vice versa. And these so-called Jews are they're drawing these devils, these Babylonian devils, also these European devils, they're drawing them into that war. So these Jewish devils are fucking over these other devils. And Turkey, which, they're Esau, they're gonna fight against, they're actually Amalek. They're gonna fight against Amalek, the Israelis, the so-called Jews. So that's a part of how Yahweh Shem Yahushai is bringing this kingdom down, bringing this house down, bringing this city down. That's how he's bringing it to desolation. A 3 world wars most fought, between heathens, mostly against Edom, mostly Esau and on Esau. And Third World War, is gonna be the death of Esau. So hey, this is actually more signs that we at the end. While I was doing this live, a GMS Dallas, they was at camp, and there was a chariot that actually showed up at camp, and actually was because of it was these balls of fire, man, and one form these chariots just showed up in is a pillar of fire. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is showing us. That was one of the ways he guided us out of the land of Egypt. And how do you think during the plague of darkness, think about this, the rest of the land of Egypt had darkness. But you don't think that, just think about it. Probably had a chariot. He had a chariot over where the Israelites were. In fact, let me go to Plague of Darkness. $441. That's 144 backwards. Call out y'all by Shimmy outside, signs, man. We hope to be of that number. Okay, now let me get to that Plague of Darkness. $444. Sign, showing that it's coming soon. Yeah, man. And Moses, Exodus 10:22, and Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Verse 24, and Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve Yah B'Shem Yahushai. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. Because, why verse 23. Verse 23. They saw not one another, neither rose from any from his place for 3 days, going into the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. So, it probably was, man, chariots that lighted, that was above where the children of Israel were. So, hey man, that's another sign. That's another sign that we almost out of here. 447. The signs, man. Y'all write this out, be that number. Trying to look for the part where it talks about the pillar of fire. Oh, Khan. And the angel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which went before the camp of Israel. Hold up. Removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face. That's during the daytime, right? The pillar of the cloud went before their face and stood behind them. And it came to pass that, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And there was a cloud of darkness and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these. So that the one came not near the other all night. So, because the Egyptians, these heathens, did not want to accept that us going back to our land and not being under them. So they sent the military after us. They rolled on us, just like Esau's planning to roll on us. The modern day Egyptians. They're planning to roll on them. Well, Esau, they the modern day Egyptians, and they're planning to roll on us like that. And in those days, the angel of Yahweh, he put a cloud. He stood. He went behind them. He removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Because you know why? That was a chariot. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And there was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. So, that's not no cloud. That's not no that's not a cloud. Like, that's a chariot. You know what I'm saying? That's the description of it. It was compared to a cloud. Also, it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other the whole time, man. Oh, verse 24 is really the one I'm looking for. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh Shem Yahushai looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Actually, Yahweh Shem Yahushai did this. He did it, which I believe through his son Yahushai. He actually made this happened. Verse 25, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai fighteth for them against the Egyptians. Hey, man, hey. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he took the wheels off of them chariots. And then they got stuck in that hole. And he actually caused those wheels to be taken off. You know. And took off their chariot wheels that they drave them heavily, man. Yeah. So that the Egyptians were scared, man. But you know they were fucked. Because verse 26 say, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. You know, they walked into a trap. Hey, the Egyptians, they got finessed, man. They got finessed. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. So, yeah, man, they came like a flood against Yasharallah, but they themselves were drowned in a flood. They were drowned in the sea. Verse 28, and the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea. After them there remained not so much as one of them. No survival. No survival. They all died. Yeah, but Yasharallah survived, of course. They walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on their left. Hey, representing what? Their narrow path. So, yeah, man. Hey, that was one. You know how I say Revelation. Well, it says in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 that the world shall basically help us and Yahushai against the unwise, against Esau, Edom. And these Hamite Egyptians, they were very unwise walking into that path. They thought they could do something. But, yeah, they walked into a trap. And these Edomites, they're walking into a trap. Is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai going to raise that standard against them? And so their whole plan of coming against us is gonna be foiled. Then that's Isaiah 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against them. So, you know, just like he did, you know, in a way that was that standard. That was that standard that was raised against the Egyptians. Back then, these modern day Egyptians are going to face the same fate. Verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, say Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So, they're going to use this as, you know, they're trying to stir the pot so that they can have an excuse to come down with great wrath and blame Jake for the civil war. But that's only going to serve to bring about their downfall. And also their divide and conquer tactics. The Rothschilds set this shit up. They set up that east versus west as well as the left versus the right. Because the Rothschilds, they set up, which I call the Rothschilds for obvious reasons. They set up the Soviets over there in Russia. And Putin, he's what? A former KGB agent. And they also set up, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they set that dude up too. And they also set up, but you know, even if they didn't set him up, they trained them because they set up the KGB and the Soviets. And so they gave him what he needed. And then to later come back. You know, even if they didn't help him win the presidency. And so they basically made it possible for the Soviets to be what they are, well, the modern day Soviets, Putin's Russia, to be what it was. And so, and Putin is fucking over the Rothschilds, man. He's ultimately gonna fuck over the Rothschilds, over the West, by launching these nukes on the West, on the Babylon. Because Europe, NATO, that was set up by the elites. And actually, Babylon, under the Marshall Plan, they actually, the so-called rebuilt Europe under their rule, of course. You know, that Europe was those European countries were basically gonna be puppet countries, or they're gonna be vassal states under America. But they basically boosted up their militaries and all that to come against the Soviets. You know, basically that beast is Frankenstein's monster in the way. It's like Esau is like Dr. Frankenstein. That beast is Frankenstein's monster, and what it's gonna do is gonna destroy Esau, Edom, gonna destroy Babylon. They're Esau, and they're gonna destroy Esau. And of course Amalek, the so-called Jews, baiting them into that war. Who continues to fund that the state of Israel, America. America continues to give them guns. You know, just pour in funds. Just the most funds, I believe, given to a foreign nation, given to the so-called Jews for defense. And so, well, who's gonna draw America into that war? The so-called Jews and the American elites, who are with the so-called Jews. A lot of them are so-called Jews themselves. They are gonna draw Babylon into that war. Shit, what the fuck? I'm trying to see. I'm just have to close this shit, cause see, Esau is pissed. So he's showing his true colors, showing that he's the damn devil. So he's showing that he's the damn devil. Showing his horns, and he's turning red. That's his true colors. That's his true color, man. And you know, of course, I have to close it and then reopen it. Yeah, but basically what I was going into is how these elites, they set that shit up so that they could control the opposition, basically. And they set Europe up supposed to be allies, right? But these European countries are gonna turn on Babylon. Babylon set them up basically, but they're gonna turn on Babylon. So that was like they're falling into their own snare that they set for the righteous, because one part of the so-called third world, right? One part of the world was gonna be run by the Soviets, and the other by Babylon. You know, that's how it was set up before the Soviet Union fell, and so they could control both areas, while one claims to oppose another. And then, so that's how they even got to control Cuba, got to control some of these other areas where Jake was at. That was how they was able to control them. And then, of course, they had it so Babylon won. But then Russia came back. The bear came back. And that was enabled by these devils at the top, these rat chows. And so they bringing on their own house, their own queendom. They doing it themselves. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using them. And then, you know, they think they're going to come out of this victorious like a phoenix out the ashes. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua got something else coming for them. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua got these hunters that are his fishers out there fishing. The men, they're gonna fishers to hunters. They're gonna go from fishers to hunters, and that's Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, the Yahweh Shem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse 15, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Verse 16, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rock. Man, verse 7, for my eyes are upon all their ways, they are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. Hey man, at first I will recompense. Verse 18, their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, they have defiled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. Yeah, man. And this is for these Jake celebrities, as well as for Esau Edom. These Jake celebrities that they hide themselves in the holes of the ground, basically hide themselves in the holes of the rocks, caves, right? And for every mountain, for every hill. So these bunkers that they have, and these facilities, these domes, basically they're in there with the Rothschild. They're in there with the Rothschilds, basically getting trains to run on them instead of You know how it goes down. You know how these devils do, but they in there, you know, thinking they hide from me all by shimmy all shy. And no, they can't. They can't hide from them. And all of them gonna get all of them are gonna basically they're gonna get found out. Ugh. You know, so it's 2/3 celebrities and these elites, they're gonna pay anyways. You know. So I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit bear witness that they're the children of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. And shalom to the real sisters out there. Alright, stay strong. Akim and Aqua, stay strong. Stay strong and keep your hopes up. Be that enduring branch. Because, like that GMS, like that channel, GMS Enduring Branch. Be that enduring branch. You know, endure into the end, because whoever endures to the end shall be saved. Whoever endures to the end shall be saved. Matthew 24, verse 13. And yeah, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And Revelation 2, verse 10, even though they throw us into prison, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. You know, don't fear that. Because behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. That you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So hold on. Just hold on to that dream. You know, because it's going to become a reality. You just have faith that you're the elect. You know, because you may be. Just have faith. Revelation 14, verse 10. Yeah. Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, that if any man worship the beast, and is loud in his forehead, or in his worship the beast in his image, Salakia, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The same shall, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. So you're going to catch pure hell when the nukes hit. For eons and eons. A very long time, it's the Greek words there. Very long time. You don't catch pure hell. Pure hell. A death by pain. Verse 12, here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai, And so, it's better to wait. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10, I'm reading from Revelation chapter 13 now. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience in the faith of the saints. That's also should motivate you. We don't get to see that. And so it should motivate you to wait, to make your calling and election sure. Because Jacob got next. Jacob got next. Esau is the end of the world. So the next world is Jacob's. The world without end. Yasharallah forever. Yasharallah forever. And Ababa Ball, dead to America. Yah No, not Yah. We already know it's his will. He's gonna destroy this place. Like, hopefully it comes. Yeah, y'all better send me outside. Make it come soon. Like, why am I what lovable? You know, death and destruction. And then, y'all by Shimmy outside, you know, he's showing the signs that it's coming soon. So, and who got next? Yasharallah. The saints shall take the kingdom. You know, and it shall be given to no other. Yasharallah forever. You know, that's why I say that. And so, you know, yeah, I hope this life is edifying. Stay strong, Yasharallah. We almost out of here. You know, it's Yasharallah forever, not Wakanda forever. Yasharallah. We got next, we got last. So, yeah, keep your hopes up that you the elect. We're almost out of here. Shalom.